Today, we dive into a history of Amamfengu, also known as the Fingo, one of the most mobile and historically complex communities in southern Africa. The Mfengu are a Bantu ethnic tribe that trace their origins to various Nguni groups who were displaced during the Mfecane Wars, the massive upheaval of the 1800s caused by warfare, famine, and the expansion of the powerful kingdoms like the Zulu and Ushaka Kasenza. Many Mfengu fled from regions around KwaZulu-Natal, Swaziland, and southern Mozambique, moving southwards and eventually seeking refuge among the Xhosa kingdoms in the Eastern Cape. The word Mfengu means refugee or wanderer or ukumfenguza, describing their scattered and displaced condition. The Mfengu were not originally a single tribe, but instead they were a collection of various Nguni-speaking clans who lived in regions that are today in KwaZulu-Natal, Eswatini, southern Mozambique, eastern Mpumalanga, and these groups included Khumalo, Ntlangwini, Cele, Zizi, Bele, and many smaller clans. They were organized and small chiefdoms long before the rise of the powerful states like the Zulu Empire. The Mfecane Wars. The turning point came in the early 1800s during the era of the Mfecane, a period of intense warfare, famine, and displacement that reshaped southern Africa. Many clans were attacked or absorbed by expanding forces, including the Zulu kingdom under Ushaka Kasenza, the Ndwandwe under King Zwide Kalanga, the Mthethwa and the Ngwane and others. Families fled in all directions as powerful armies fought for dominance. Villages were destroyed, cattle were taken, and thousands of people were scattered. The refugees who survived this chaos were collectively called Amamfengu, Abafenguzayo, meaning the displaced people, the wanderers or the refugees. The Mfecane and the dispersal of Amamfengu. Large groups of Mfengu fled southwards, eventually reaching the Xhosa kingdoms in the Eastern Cape, ruled by chiefs such as King Hinzaka Kawuta of the Xhosa, Chief Faku, various Tembu and Mpondo leaders. The Mfengu arrived hungry, homeless and traumatized, but they were welcomed and given land in return of allegiance. In 1835, during the Sixth Frontier War, the Mfengu made a historic alliance with the Cape Colony. Because of their alliance, they were given land, received protection, they became involved in colonial military services. This also caused tension with the Xhosa peoples who viewed the Mfengu as outsiders working with the British. How did Amamfengu reach Zimbabwe? Although most Amamfengu remained in Eastern Cape, but small significant groups migrated northwards from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. To fully understand how Amamfengu ended up in Zimbabwe, we must look at one of the most powerful and controversial figures in Southern African history, John Cecil Rhodes. When John Rhodes and his British company pushed into what is now Zimbabwe in the 1890s, they had one big problem. They needed a reliable, skilled, and loyal African labor force. The local Shona and the Ndebele people resisted the rule, especially after the 1893 and the 1896 uprisings. So, Rhodes looked southwards to the Eastern Cape, where he already had influence, and there he found Amamfengu. Why would John choose Amamfengu out of everyone? The Mfengu were highly valued in the Cape because they were educated by missionaries, skilled in farming and craft work, familiar with European law and administration, loyal to the colonial authorities because of the 1835 alliance. And John Rhodes promised them better land, better wages, mission schools, safety from tribal conflicts, new opportunities in the north. Although most Mfengu remained in the Eastern Cape, but small significant numbers migrated northwards from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. When Southern Rhodesia began expanding its mining industry, agriculture, railway connection, and the urban centers, they needed skilled and semi-skilled workers. Many Mfengu men traveled northwards to work in Bulawayo, Gweru, Plumtree, Hwange, Gwanda. Some returned home, but many stayed permanently. Because the Mfengu were Nguni related, they found it easier to integrate with the Ndebele people and some Kalanga groups, migrant communities from South Africa and Botswana. Over time, some families kept their Mfengu identity, while others became fully absorbed into the Ndebele society. In Zimbabwe, the Mfengu descendants can be found in Matabeleland South, Mangwe, Bulawayo, and some parts of Midlands province. Most now speak the Ndebele language, but they maintain their Mfengu surnames. Family history. The most common surnames amongst the Mfengu are Dlamini, Zizi, Bele, Mthethwa, Mpele, Ntlangwini, and many more. The story of amaMfengu remains an important part of the greater Bantu Nguni journey in Southern Africa. From the chaos of the Mfecane to the fields of the Eastern Cape to the mines and the missions of Zimbabwe, the Mfengu transformed from refugees into a powerful, educated, and influential community that continues to shape the history of Southern Africa. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscription button. I am Bantu Bison, the king of the Shangaan, Abase Kutungob. Thank you.